Welcome to the GeoGeek. 1 month into the 2026 US-Israel war with Iran, and it's not ending quickly. Today we break down Iran's clever diffusion strategy. Using insights from Ross Harrison, author of Decoding Iran's Foreign Policy, and strategist Harlan Ullman, stick around for maps, chokepoints, and why geography gives Iran real leverage. This war began February 28 with US and Israeli strikes on Iranian leadership, including the death of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, military sites and nuclear facilities. Iran hit back with missiles and drones. Now Houthis in Yemen have joined, launching attacks on Israel and threatening Red Sea shipping. Regional talks involving Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt and Pakistan are underway for de-escalation. Why is this so hard for the US to finish fast? Ross Harrison explains Iran's long-developed diffusion strategy. After the brutal 1980s Iran-Iraq war, Iran stopped concentrating power in one vulnerable spot. Instead, they spreaded influence across fragile states, creating a network of proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Iraq, remnants in Syria, and the Houthis in Yemen. In 2026, they are extending this to a state-level pressure on Gulf countries. Iran knows it can't win a direct fight, so it makes itself a diffuse, costly target. The biggest river, the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway between Iran and Oman carries about 20% of the world's oil. Iran's actions and threats have heavily disrupted traffic here, spiking global oil prices and rattling markets. This is classic asymmetric warfare, using geography and persistence to raise the economic and political cost for the US and its allies. Harlan Ullman calls this winning by not losing. Weaker powers don't need to defeat the US military. They just need to endure, like in Vietnam or Afghanistan, where the US won battles but lost politically. The Taliban said it best, "You have the watches, we have the time." Iran is doing the same, activating proxies, keeping oil volatile, and forcing the US to manage threats across a vast region. This creates domestic pressure as markets drop and costs mount. Early figures show the first 6 days alone cost the US over $11 billion. With billions more on interceptors and hundreds of expensive Tomahawk missiles. Munitions stocks are straining, and now the al-Mandab Strait faces new risks from the Houthis. Dual chokepoint disruptions could trigger major global energy shock. Iran has built a complex 3D chessboard pressuring Israel, Gulf states, and sea lanes simultaneously. One major risk: targeting Gulf desalination plants that supply up to 95% of fresh water for Saudi Arabia and the UAE, a potential humanitarian disaster if that happens. Diplomacy is happening, but low trust and escalation risk make it tough. Once ground forces commit deeper, off-ramps get narrower. Iran's diffusion strategy proves modern wars aren't always won by the biggest military budget. Geography, proxies, and time give weaker actors the real power. The US faces tough choices: escalate, claim victory, and withdraw, or find a diplomatic path. What do you think? Will chokepoints decide this, or can talks succeed? Drop your thoughts below. If you like this map-heavy breakdown, like, subscribe to the GeoGeek for more geopolitics, and hit the bell icon too. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.